Here we go. Round 2 of the tournament polls. Remember, yesterday, I made a comment, right? I made a video saying, updating you guys, link click lost, right? Link click lost, nothing wrong with that. Why? Because we're gonna have that happen no matter what before Season 3 starts. One Punch Man wins, and we move forward. New poll drops, and Horimiya, Horimid. Every time I put Horimiya up here, there is without a doubt people complaining and crying. They're always like, I hate this shit. This sucks. It's always a handful of people though. For some reason, there's like a handful of people that get triggered over this like really sweet, wholesome rom-com, and people start just like molding over it. But it's actually impressive that it beats Haikyuu and Trinity 7, right? It's impressive it beat that. I talked about yesterday how Trinity 7, you know, usually stuff like this would win about like a year or two ago. But now we're at a point where it's actually doing, audience has grown so much, it's no longer just degenerate gooners. So that's really cool. Not having Haikyuu be able to get up there sucks, but I mean, again, how many times have I theorized that like sports genre of anime doesn't do well because the average anime enjoyer is a fat piece of shit loser that actually never did any sports in their lives and cannot like understand or relate to what it means to have competitive sports, and they just don't like it. I know that like Kuroko no Basket and like Haikyuu and stuff like that is super popular in its own like niche, but it is actually so impressive that time after time, sports animes really struggle. Blue Lock is actually a miracle that it actually did that well. Let's read some of the comments regarding the previous poll though. Link click will happen eventually, that's right. No point crying about it, it's gonna happen. Alright? Bungo Stray Dogs too, again, these are like, what's it called? I am very appreciative of people, fans of animes where they know their show isn't gonna win, right? What did I say last time? Higurashi people are just happy. The amount of people complaining and crying and shitting their pants in the comments is so funny. They're the most upset. But like BSD or Higurashi, they're just like happy to be there. They're like, oh man, we even made it to a poll. Katanagatari, I don't know. Overlord, I don't care if there's not enough source material for another season. I don't think the story is finished, is it? Regardless, like, I'm gonna put that on hold. There's no point farming that in case new anime projects come out, because that anime project is not done just yet. Can't still believe we're watching Bake. That's the thing. Bake has been pulled for like, how long now? Multiple months. Maybe a year plus, actually. I think it's been like actually over a year that Bake has pulled up on polls and lost every time. And the fact that it finally made it in means that you shouldn't be complaining and crying that like, your favorite show that just made it into poll lost the first round. People have been waiting for like an entire year, bro. Just glaze. Just glazing, unnecessary glaze. What do I say about comments like this? It doesn't matter. Why? You read the glaze, you let that shit get to your head, suddenly you get spoiled and entitled, and then you read a negative comment, that shit hurts you way more. The glaze and the hate, both unnecessary. Just move on, but appreciate it. Yeah, we know about JC stuff, about One Punch Man stuff. Hope one of these days Haikyuu wins. I just don't think Haikyuu is ever going to win at this rate. Higurashi visual novel, probably not going to happen. Did not even bother commenting about Bungo. Yeah, Bungo's not going to win. What else is there? Learning that I've already read One Punch Man made me very change my vote to Link Click. That's the thing too, right, with anime reactions. They want blind reactions. It's pretty much it. Let's read some of the polls here. Trinity 7 is so underappreciated. There are clearly no reactions to it. Is that true? Let's see. Trinity 7 reaction. Nah. What the hell is bro doing with his tongue right there? What the fuck? There's Hall of Anime. This is 10 years ago is crazy. There's this guy too. There's a couple of them, right? Nah. I mean, there isn't like a playlist, right? There isn't gonna be like people comprehensively covering this shit like me, but there's a couple up there still. One Punch Man Season 1, please. You can't believe how peak of the animation that happened to back in the day Madhouse Cooks. No, I've seen the clips, right? And I've read the manga too. It's just, I think that people have misunderstanding of how, what's the word? Like these polls again, they don't really matter. Because we're locked into Monogatari right now, and the expectation is, in a couple more rounds, the final round of the poll, I'm gonna put Nisei in there. And I think that Nisei will simply sweep everything simply based on the fact that Bake is like the community series right now. Like, think about it. Index Season 3 made it all the way through to the polls, even though no one watched it. Why? Because this is a similar situation where it's the Taru saga and people want Railgun and Accelerator to happen. So like, even if Nisei is a season of Monogatari that like not many people like as much, it still gets voted in because people want more shit from this saga. So we'll have to see. If it loses, that'll be very interesting. Genuinely. If One Punch Man actually beats Nisei, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Because like, I don't really have like loyalty to a certain series. My only concern is like understanding what my current audience wants right now. And if that's One Punch Man, I'll give it to them. And if Nisei loses, we can simply start polling Nisei again after One Punch Man is done. But it doesn't really matter. Lol, I don't know if Trinity 7 can be uploaded to YouTube. You must be new here. You don't think Trinity 7 can be uploaded to YouTube? Do you realize that there's an entire fucking playlist for a high school DxD? Where I don't even bother censoring the nipples at a certain point? Yeah, you're just new. You don't understand how shit works here, huh? Since One Punch Man Season 3 is coming in October, he'll try to catch it before it starts airing. But I don't think this really matters, right? Because here's the thing. But honestly, people only went crazy for Season 1. No one really cares about Season 2. Exactly. That's the thing, right? When Season 3 comes out, it's going to be a shit show. And there is an opportunity for us to just cover that. Since I've read the manga, we don't have to watch Season 1 and 2. For sake of completionism, it's nice to have like a playlist of it as like a rewatch. But how well is Season 3 reactions going to do? I think it's going to be about the average seasonal anime performance, kind of like Debate, where people are watching it because of the big name, but also the controversy behind it. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. Horimiya, I don't think this channel is really suited for romance anime. You genuinely don't know what you're talking about. The best performing series in this channel sometimes are romance animes. Like, people seem to like think they understand my channel. The best performing series right now are like romance shows. Like Dress Up Darling and Fragrant Flowers is popping off. Back when we had like Dangers in My Heart, that shit was doing so well. Like, people have, it's so funny when people try to like brand my channel as a specific thing when they have like not even watched like 1% of the content and they think there's like a stereotype. Trinity 7 is not going to happen. Haikyuu is right up my alley. While I enjoy the Blue Lock stuff, but I just don't think the community cares about it. Come on, guys. He'll enjoy Haikyuu way more. It doesn't matter, though, right? Like, here's the thing. People don't vote thinking what the creator is going to enjoy more. They simply vote for their own interest, and I deliver on that. Like, in the game of YouTube, right? Of course, if I enjoy something more, the content's going to be more fun. But that is like second priority. Like, making good content doesn't fucking matter in reaction content. You could have the most mid reactions, but if you're stained by the algorithm to have that audience, that shit will simply just pop off. So that's just business, right? And I think you guys have already, I've told you guys that over and over. What the hell is this? I don't know. People are just yapping. Haikyuu, Haikyuu. People just saying Haikyuu, Haikyuu. But it's always so funny, right? Do you... how many comments here are just Haikyuu, 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 Haikyuu? Yet Haikyuu is dead last, pretty much, with Trinity 7. Just think about that for a second. If people genuinely cared that much about Haikyuu, like it does in the comment section, why is it coming in dead last? Because that's how, like, people... this is how the audience behaves online, right? If you look at the amount of votes put in the last day, it's 8,000 voters. What is 15% of 8,000? Or even 10% of 8,000? That's about 800, right? 15% is going to be a little bit higher. That's like, what, 1,200? So you got to really think that even though it's dead last, there's 1,200 unique people here. And if there's only 171 comments, well, 1,200, 1,700. Now, again, you see how that's working? this is how numbers work. So the vocal minority of people, you think there's a lot of people actually complaining and crying, they demanding Haikyuu, but like the average crayon eater simply sees One Punch Man and says, Kate Baldy, nice. I click, then move on. They don't bother commenting. They're pleasantly happy. They move on with their day. And the silent majority always wins over the vocal minority, who are the most upset and the most triggered and wants, like, you know, their show to be represented. Let's see. One Punch Man is too mainstream for this shonen type of anime. Seeing Kaka's target audience for the past several months and seeing what kind of enjoy. Again, it doesn't matter what I enjoy more. It matters what the audience wants to watch. Guys, do you still think voting for the most simple one after the video he did? He said he'd read the manga. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So final next community series will be One Punch Man versus Monogatari versus Index. No, Index is done. We're not doing... Toro is done. The final community series... Well, that's assuming that One Punch Man's going to keep continuing. But I do think that at this rate, like, it is going to be like a showdown between these two. And this is the newest poll. We're doing round 3 now, right? Not this. Right over here. Round 3. I'm putting One Punch Man in again because every time something wins, we carry that over. Bringing Monster back in for the low tier Stomper. Monster went on a crazy run last time, beating so many different series, and then finally being, you know, usurped by Bake at the end. We got Madoka, just putting it in because there was a lot of comments still, right? There was genuinely like a lot of comments for it, but if you think about it, again, these comments, like, they don't really matter because people brigade it, and it's like a very fraudulent representation of what people really want. Because, like, remember when we put Madoka in last time during the Battle Royale tournament style, and Madoka came like dead last? Death Note beat that shit. Death Note also came like dead last. And then just putting Tonikawa in here for just romance stuff. My expectation here is that One Punch Man's gonna sweep again, then Monster in second place. Then I think Madoka and Tonikawa will probably kind of share like last place together. That's pretty much it. Go vote for round 3. Remember, it's in the community tab. Go check the post. And as we get closer and closer to finishing Bake, we only have like 7 episodes left. But we also don't do like Bake every day, right? Today is Wednesday slot. There is 1 slot we can do Bake. Thursday is only Dan and Water Magician. That means we have 2 slots for Bake. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's so many weekly stuff that it's hard to cover. Then we go on Monday, Tuesday, and it's repeating again. But in about a week or 2, we'll see if One Punch Man can beat Nisei. But what if Monster beats it? Monster beating One Punch Man could be a scenario too. You never know. Anyways, go check out the community polls. There it is. See you next time.